let's start seated. And it's handy to have 1 or 2 blocks near you and also a strap near you as well. After we've started with our seated work, we'll go straight to the mat. So have those by the side of you, sitting nice and tall. I'm actually sitting, kneeling over a bolster at the moment, so you can choose that if you like, and relax into the legs. Nice long neck, and maybe closing the eyes or taking that soft gaze. Take a few deep breaths, breathing in through the nose, maybe breathing out through the mouth until you find a nice rhythm of breath. And it's these early moments of our practice together, when we come to the mat, to just start to bring your awareness into the physical presence. You in your surroundings for practice, maybe a different space today, maybe a familiar space. Wherever it is, just take note of where you are sitting, how much space you are taking up around you, and almost emanate that space to fill it even further. Drawing the focus into the present moment, letting go of anything that your week has brought, but anything that your weekend has to come. Observe the body, observe the breath. Taking note of tightness, tension, any gripping, using the exhale to release and relax just a little bit further. And also that inhale breath, filling your body, each and every cell, with energy. When we come to a twisty practice, some of the postures can feel quite energetic. We need a little bit of stamina and focus to hold them for 5 breaths. So draw in now to your inner strength. The area settling just underneath the rib cage, just underneath the diaphragm, the solar plexus. Breathing deep into the belly, into the sides of the body, and into the back. Breathe into your organs, the intestines, the stomach. Maybe you choose to introduce Ujjayi breath, an audible sound, slight restriction at the back of your throat. A heating, warming breath. Let's take 10 inhales and exhales, your own pace of breath. And taking one last final breath here. Breathing in deeply, fully exhale, slow, long. Take the arms out to the side. Keep the mudra here. Press just a little bit more into the knuckle or the fingernail. Relax the shoulders. Open across the chest. Stretch through the torso and reach the fingertips away. And then keeping the arms where they are, twist the torso. So you're not bringing the arm forward of the shoulder, you are just twisting. Try to keep the arms stay in line with the shoulders. You may not go too far. And bring yourself center. You're twisting all the way around this kind of pillar. Let's twist to the other side. So think the arms are not moving, just the torso. Bring yourself center once more. And take it back to the other side. It's hard to just not want to move the arms. Bring yourself center. And twist the torso. Keep the arms exactly where they are. And bring center. Lift the arms up towards the sky. Keep the mudra. Maybe the knuckles of the middle finger meet and all of the other fingers now meet above you. So you're drawing like a little pyramid or a little steeple, as they say. Drop the shoulder blades down. Drop the rib cage. Lengthen through the sides of the body. And imagine heat, fire, strength coming through that mudra, down through the center line of your body, all the way to the hara, the inner strength. And as you draw the hands down through the center line of the body, think of your intention for practice. I am strong. I am centered. I am courageous. And the mudra settles at the heart space where the intention rests. And using times through the practice to come back to that chosen intention. If there's a moment that the mind falters and gets distracted, just return to that I am statement. Gently release the mudra, release the hands, circle through the fingers, circle through the wrists, circle through the shoulders. Let's come to seated butterfly. Feet are out in front of us. We'll just start with gentle warm up through the entire spine. So starting with your side crescent over. Let's take my socks off. Got cold feet on these stone floors. So you can use a block here if you like. So the block can go by the side of you, and you can either rest the hand or you can rest the forearm down with the palm face up. But think again, are you rocking yourself over because you want to get towards the mat, and that means lifting up that back hip? So we really want the stability of the pelvis grounded, both sit bones, and reach that hand down by keeping that hip resting down, lifting the arm up, and exhale over. Take 3 breaths here. Keep working that hip downwards. Keep lifting through this side body. If those are the only 2 things that you do for this, try to do those. Now let's turn the torso nice and gently. Fingertips come down. You lengthen a little bit through the spine. Chest comes towards the knee. Draw this knee downwards and then start to fold the torso and the head down towards the knee. Nice deep exhale here. Keep drawing the belly back just a little bit and dropping the head downwards. So you're opening up the chest to the thigh. Starting to bring that gentle twist in. Last breath here. Start to bring the body in towards the center. We're already halfway in that fold. Again, lengthen through the spine. So chest opens, spine lengthens, and then give yourself some more room. Forward fold in butterfly. Draw the belly towards the spine, spine back behind you. Keep moving around. Take the torso back around to the right thigh. Again, inhale to give that lift, because when we start to move, our body shape and our spine changes. So open up chest to thigh and then fold. We're going to draw that left hip back behind us. Relax the head towards the knee. And then nice and slowly, we change the dynamic and we come straight into that side stretch. So top arm lifts up and over and reaching, side body stretches, anchoring through that hip, reaching the fingertips away. Try not to lift the shoulder too much so that you're crunching into the neck. Nice and gently press yourself up. And let's take a twist here, round to the right. Nice deep exhales. Inhale to lengthen the spine up and exhale to deepen. And bring yourself center. So let's do that all the way around to the other side. So think about those little movements. Just going to show you briefly. So when we come here, we turn forward, that's easy transition enough. Then we inhale to get a little bit more breadth into the chest. Then we turn forward, we inhale once more, we fold a little deeper, transition, inhale, lengthen, exhale, deepen, and then that transition, shoulder starts to open up into that crescent side bend. Okay, so opposite side. Inhale, and exhale, 3 breaths here. Anchor through that back hip, lifting up through the side body. Start to turn the torso, arms come down to the mat, give yourself that little bit of lift, pelvis stays nice and square to the mat. Exhale, fold, chest down to thigh, head towards knee. Three breaths here. Start to bring the torso through to the front line. Head comes in line with the heels. Lengthen the spine. So you're lengthening from the base all the way up to the chest. Then start to fold. Exhale, draw the belly back towards the spine. Relax the head, the neck, the shoulders. Start to move the torso around to the opposite knee. When you get there, again, draw that back hip behind you. Inhale, lengthen, open the chest up to the thigh, and then exhale, fold. This transition is that the hand comes down either to the mat or the block, and then you start opening up through that top shoulder, top rib cage, and then the arm reaches over. Anchor through both hips, keep the lift into the side body. Press away and bring yourself center, and let's take that twist to the opposite side. Hand goes back behind you, maybe hand comes to knee to give you a little bit of leverage here. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, open the chest out to the side. Bring yourself center. Take your block and place the block between the knees. Teepee twist here, so feet are facing forward, sitting nice and tall. We're going to use that arm on the outside of your left thigh. So maybe the back of the hand goes down, maybe the front of the hand, depends on your wrist or your shoulder movement, and start to twist towards the back of your mat. Hips are staying nice and square here because that block is helping us find that stability. Bring yourself back into center. Take the right hand behind, left hand just goes on the outer knee. Maybe the fingertips press against the calf if the wrist allows. Inhale to lengthen, dropping the shoulders, opening the chest out to the side of the mat. Not too much weight is in that back hand. You can always take it off and still remain in that teepee twist. It's more important about the pelvic stability here. And bring yourself back into center, and keeping the block where it is, we're going to roll all the way down, so make sure that you've got enough room to roll down. Nice deep exhale, squeeze the block together and draw the belly in, scoop through the spine, lower back comes down, middle back comes down, we're still rolling, using the core, and bring yourself into that reclined position. Draw the knees in towards the chest, keep the block there, and maybe move it if you need to. Take the hands across the top of the shins, and nice deep exhale as you lengthen the spine. Take the arms out to the side of you, palms face up, shoulder height. And then just place the feet down, keeping hold of that block. Shift the hips over to the right side of your mat, just the hips. Now drop the knees with the block over to the left. So maybe move the block if you need to. And then choose to keep the head looking to the left palm, straight up ahead. Or if the neck allows, you can lift and turn to look towards the right palm. Nice deep exhale as you draw that right shoulder nice and slowly and gently downwards. Starting to feel these twists come into the center torso. Bring the head back and then lift the knees. Realign through the hips and the pelvis and the spine. Let's take the hips over. Shift the hips, buttock, left side of the mat. Draw the knees over to the right. Move the block if you should need to, if the corners of the block are digging in. And then choose where the head goes, either looking along right, left palm, or straight ahead. Exhale. And bring the head back into center. Lift the knees back into center and realign hips and pelvis. Bring the soles of the feet a little bit closer in towards you. Place the palms down by the side of the hips. Let's press through feet, press through hands, keeping the block in there. Lift up into bridge. Think about the block going away from you. Think about the knees lengthening away, thighs are strong, hips are lifting, pressing into the feet, relaxing into the toes, softness in the face and the throat. Squeezing the block. Nice and slowly roll down, shoulder blades, upper, middle, lower back, sacrum, keep the block there, and then draw the knees in towards the chest and lengthen through the spine. So this time we can take the block away, have the strap by the side of you. Let's take that right leg up towards the sky for a hamstring stretch. So you can keep that left leg bent if you wish at this point, or you can extend it. If you are extending that leg, think about the leg really drawing downwards. So try to lengthen through the back of the knee, maybe flexing into that left foot. Softness into the back of the right knee here for a moment to just find 3 to 4 breaths. Try to relax the elbows down by the side of you so you're not holding the body and the strap is holding the leg, not you. We're going to take that leg out to the right side of us. So left hand might come onto the hip to anchor and take the leg nice and steady, nice and slowly again. Strap holds leg, let the weight be free here. Hand to big toes, 1 and 2. Try to relax on the inner thighs, the inner groin. Breathe into those tight areas. We are still warming up. Nice and gently inhale, bring that right leg in towards the center. It goes all the way across the body as you change the grip, and maybe it rests on a block, a bolster, or it falls towards the mat. Oh, look at that, I've got a bolster handy. So you roll onto the left hip. Take note of your underneath leg. Is it in line with your torso and your body? Start to gently flex through the sole of the foot and then open up the right arm to the side. So your chest and your torso are twisting up towards the sky. This is hand to big toe 3. Release tightness, tension in that top IT band or the thigh and the glute. And from here, if you can, just relax the strap down and then bend the right leg and bend the left leg. We're going to be coming into an IT band stretch so that foot can come down to the mat or on top of a block here. Open the knee away from you and again relax through this area and maybe the arms open up to the sky. Try to press that heel in towards the mat as you relax those toes. One more breath here. This might be a little bit unfamiliar for you. You haven't done it for a while. And keeping that right heel by that left thigh, we're going to lift the left leg, place the sole of the foot down on the floor, and then realign the hips, preparing for pigeon, light flexion in that right ankle. Fingertips come through and under the thigh or using the strap, and then draw that left knee towards you as the right knee goes out towards the side. Think the spine is nice and long. Try not to twist the pelvis at all so that you're lifting or hitching a left hip up. Okay. Slowly release the left foot down, release the right foot down and extend the legs all the way along the mat, Shavasana moment. And just as you can find stillness or maybe you like to shake out the hips a little bit, just take note of how that right leg feels. I swear I've got an extra 3 inches on that right leg now. Yeah. Okay, let's repeat all of that on the left. So taking the strap once more, maybe that right leg is bent and you
Can extend that right leg along the mat, but make note that that hip is in line with the knee, in line with the heel. Softness in the back of that left knee for a moment. Exhale. Holding the strap nice and low down so that you can relax the elbows down to the mat. And let that leg be heavy. You're not holding the leg up. The strap is holding the leg. Keep those underneath toes pointing up towards the sky as if you were standing. Long spine, and then let's take that leg nice and slowly out to the side. Lower, lower, lower. Taking hold of the right hip to anchor the pelvis down. Take a little glance over. Is that toe any higher than the hips, or is it, are you drawing the toes up towards the shoulder? Notice what that changes into the left hips. Inhale, bring into center. You're going to need to lift that leg up. Change the grip, and then roll over. Right hip. Leg comes out to the side, maybe on a block or a bolster, or maybe meets the mat. Underneath leg straight or bent here, but draw in the toes so that you feel like you are standing. Left arm opens out to the side, and the chest really feels open to the sky. Slowly bend that top left leg, bend the underneath leg, relax the strap, place that heel either on a block or by the thigh, IT band stretch here, and then press the knee away from you as you relax into this whole hip area. Maybe the arms open and the chest starts to come a little bit more open to the sky. Relax the heel down to the mat, relax the toes. Breathe into those tight areas. And then keeping that left foot on the right thigh, right foot places down, hips and pelvis square off for your reclined pigeon. Fingers thread through, relax that right leg, and then the elbow might press that left knee out to the side, but not at the risk of twisting into the pelvis. Neck is nice and long, soft facial expression. Draw that right knee towards you, deepens that stretch in the left glute and hip. Toes are lifting up towards the sky, gentle flex into that left ankle. Nice and slowly release the right foot, release the hands, release the left foot, slide them all the way along the mat, Shavasana moment, just to see if you've leveled off both legs. Hopefully they both feel 3 inches longer. Nice and slowly draw the knees in towards the chest this time. Roll and massage out. And let's roll over to one side to bring us up to tabletop position. Take your time. Been down there a little while. How are you feeling? Nice little warm up of the legs. All right. So let's sway through the hips here. So we're going to turn the head to look towards the back foot. Hips shift over to the right. Take note if you're rolling the calf, rolling the knee. See if you can keep the tops of the foot pressing down as you look. And then bring yourself center, shift the hips, turn the head, Take note of the foot. Are you rolling it all the way over, or is the tops of the foot pressing into the mat? Bring yourself center. Let's do that once more. Round to the left. So you've got this nice little S-bend into the spine, and take it to the right. Bring yourself center. A few cat and cows just to mobilize the spine. And let's take it back, child's pose. Nice deep exhale, fingertips reach forward. Exhale, settle into child's pose. Maybe the belly comes between the thighs, maybe the belly rests on the thighs. Relax the head down to the mat or a block. Deep breath through the entire spine. Each and every vertebra breathes. Top of the neck, base of the spine. Walk the hands out to the right side of your mat. You're going to give yourself that little bit of a lift. Remember when we were seated in butterfly? And get the belly over that right thigh. Twisted child's pose to the right. Keep drawing the left buttock towards the left heel. You're going to feel a deep stretch from left fingers right down through the left side of the body. Relax the head. Breathe through the spine and the sides of your body here. Walk the hands back through center. And walk them over to the left. Again, lift up and then exhale. Right hip draws to right heel, fingertips reach away, stretch down the right side of your body. Slowly walk the fingertips back. Let's lift up into tabletop. If you're on a hard surface, I would recommend that you just double up the back left knee, taking your blocks forward. Going to come into a lunge, so right foot forward. So foot faces forward for the moment. Sit nice and tall. And the blocks can be on any of those levels. Start to drop the hips forward nice and gently. Relax the shoulders, keep the chest open. Nice. Now from here we're going to lift the left hand, we're going to take it back behind us, and if it is comfortable, that back foot releases away from the mat. Think about dropping the hips forward so that you can come on almost the fleshy part of the knee rather than the kneecap. If you do suffer with knee injuries, I'd probably stay away from this one just a moment and just keep reaching that left arm back behind you. Maybe the fingers take hold of that foot. Keep the chest open to the front. You can always use a strap as well. Good. So really opening up through the chest and the shoulder here. Nice and slowly release the hand, release the foot. Let's take it back into half splits just to come out of that lunge for a second. Draw the toes up towards the sky, bring the blocks back, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, fold. That lengthen before you go into a fold really does help you get space away from the belly towards the thigh. Try not to drop back too much, so enabling the hip and the knee to be in alignment here. Nice and slowly lift yourself up. Bring yourself back into that dragon lunge position and drop the hips forward once more. So this time, left hand either comes onto the block or down to the mat. Right hand sweeps back around you. Reach out. Here's your first kind of big twist, twisted lunge. Maybe that left leg lifts once more. You might be able to take the foot and then turn the head and the chest back to the front. So we're not opening up into a monkey twist as such. Draw the heel in towards that left buttock. Hold for 3. And slowly let the hand go, let the foot go. Let's take it back just once more. Release out. Half splits. Forward and back. And let's come off of that left knee. Bring yourself back. Sway out. Left leg comes forward. Foot faces forward. And open the chest. Drop the hips. Keep nice and upright. Excuse me. So this time the right arm reaches back behind you. Take a look, see where it goes, and then maybe, again, your choice. You do not have to lift that leg at all, but if you can, great. You can always use that strap. Bring the head, the chest back to look towards the front. Try to lengthen the hips down so that you're on that fleshy part of the knee rather than the kneecap. Good. Doing great. Relax the hand, relax the foot. Let's take it back. Half splits. Bring the blocks back. Draw the toes up towards the sky. Keep the hip and knee in alignment. Give yourself that little bit of lift. And then exhale. 3 breaths here. Let the head be involved. Drop it down towards the knee. Lifting up. Weight comes forward into left foot once more. Dragon lunge. Dropping hips, keeping chest lifted, shoulders relaxed. And then left arm sweeps back around you. Take that twist. And then again, choosing those options. Hand can come on block or mat. And you might wish to lift that back foot. And then start to bring the chest to the center. Now what tends to happen is we cross that foot over the center line. Try not to do that. You're opening up deep side of the body here. Yeah. Slowly let the hand, foot float down and rock back, rock forwards. Let the body respond and let's come off of that knee. Bring yourself back. Blocks out to the side for the moment. Hands come down, sway out, cat and cow as you need. Tuck the toes, release your mat and take it up. Bent legged, downward facing dog. Pedal out through the feet, the ankles. We're going to be doing some standing balances here, so really feel the toes releasing, warming up through the soles, the arches of the feet, the Achilles, the calves. When you're ready, you might look underneath an armpit, give yourself that little twist. And then exhale, down dog. And looking forward, starting to walk the feet towards the front of your mat. Bring the soles of the feet hip width, toes face forward. And exhale, take a bent legged fold, belly comes between thighs. Knees are nice and wide here, knees aren't rolling in towards one another, keep them nice and wide. Lift the hips, maybe take that Ganesh sway. And then find stillness into a fold. Place the hands down for a moment. Lift up the left foot, place it behind the right here. And then walk the hands over to the right side of the mat. Back leg might be straight, front leg might be bent. And then take a twisted fold. So you're going to fold the chest over to the right thigh. Chin, head comes to that right knee. Notice what's going on in this outer leg, the back left leg. Notice what's going on in the spine. A few breaths. Bring yourself center. Left foot comes back, right foot tucks behind. Left knee might bend, right leg might be straight. Walk the fingertips over left side and then exhale, fold over left thigh. Slowly walk the fingers back, release that right foot, exhale, take a fold, sway out and start to gently, slowly bring yourself up to standing. Take time. No rush, we've been upside down for a bit, so last thing to come up is crown of the head. Take a drink if you need before we get into some of our more challenging standing postures now. So we're going to need your blocks, one or two actually, and you're going to probably need your strap handy. All right, how are we doing? We good? Okay, we're going to move through these quite quickly. So taking that block, placing it on in the inside of your knees. So your knees are squeezing the block. We're going to come into a chair, a revolved chair pose. So when we come into a revolved chair pose, we want to twist the torso, get the torso twisting, pelvis is nice and stable. Get that elbow over the knee maybe, and then draw the palms in towards the chest so that you can open up here. If you wish to, you can always release the hand down and then release that top arm up towards the sky. We're going to hold here. 3 nice long deep breaths. Nice and gently release, come back into center and roll the shoulders, bring yourself up to standing. Think a bit about coming to the other side. So take the chair pose first, knees go forward, butt goes back, sitting in that throne, sitting in that chair. Right elbow to left knee, palms come into the heart. Press the knees together and then open the arms if you wish to here. Maybe the gaze goes to the top hand or straight ahead or down at the floor.
Keep opening up through the chest, the rib cage, the torso. Nice and gently release. Bring yourself back into center. Roll up through the spine. Take the block away for the moment. Step back, right leg, warrior one position. Finding your back foot position of your warrior. Bending into the front knee. Start to draw the hips forward. So if we're here, and this is a lunge position, but when we're coming into a warrior position, we drop that back foot, but what tends to happen is the hips might skew if a little bit. So this is your warrior. You might try and draw that hip forward and the hip back. So it's kind of like a counterbalance here when we're in that warrior position. We're going to do a twisted warrior in a moment. So arms might raise up towards the sky. Really feel that you are rolling that back foot behind you. So the ankle kind of, just take a note here. See what I'm doing? It's really subtle with the back foot. Can you try to do that just for a moment? Yeah, bend into front knee, roll the ankle out. Now take the left hand to the sacrum and the right hand goes up. Twisted warrior one. Twisting towards the left thigh. Keep working through that back foot, stretching through the back leg. Front leg bends a little bit more. And nice and slowly release the hands and take the hands down to a high lunge here. Oh, sorry, a low lunge here. Long spine. So this comes into our twisted lunge. So you can either drop that back knee or you can bring those arms into that prayer and bring the elbow across, coming into that twisted high lunge. Now this is a lunge, so those back feet are pressing, the heel is pressing away from you. Nice, really lovely. Now open up through that top left shoulder. Rotate the rib cage up towards the sky. Beautiful. And nice and slowly release the hands down to the mat. Draw that right foot in just a little bit here. Shorten the distance. Bring the blocks around to that front foot. This is our forward facing pyramid into our revolved pyramid. So blocks might be on higher level again. Spine is long here. Crown of the head reaches away. Now notice what the hips are doing behind you. Is the right hip drawing back, left hip drawing forward? Try to think about stabilizing through the spine and the pelvis. Give yourself that lift and then exhale, fold over the front left leg. Relax the head, let the head fall towards the feet. And then lift yourself up, preparing to come into that revolved triangle. If you can today, maybe we take it to the outer side of your foot. That's the more challenging side. If not, keep it on the inside. So right hand comes down, and then you're going to start to take the left hand up to the sacrum. And again, this shoulder starts the opening. As you press into the sacrum, you're going to rotate into that, into the twist. Try not to have too much weight into the wrist here. You're really supporting yourself with your core stability and your spine. And again, you can lift that top arm if it so feels comfortable. Palm is facing the way your chest is. Good, there can be a soft bend into that front left leg if the hamstrings and the inner groin are pulling a little bit. Beautiful.
Think about the alignment of wrist to shoulder if you've lifted that arm up towards the sky. And bring yourself back into center, release, and take it back, down dog. Nice deep exhale, pedal out, release feet, ankles, spine. Couple of breaths in stillness, or you can take a child's pose. So all of these postures are measurable for you. You do not have to push them past a point of your own rotation of spine. You can move an inch and you will still find the benefits. Nice and slowly walking the feet towards the front of the mat. And then take your time to roll up. I'm going to face this way so that I can still see you when we're twisting. Okay, left leg goes back this time for your warrior one. Again, ground through that back foot. Toes might be pointing out towards the sky. Is the foot rolling forward or are you rolling the ankle back? Bend into the front knee. Draw left hip forward, right hip back. Long spine. Hands raise. And then hand comes to the sacrum. Nice little press. We're not pressing into the spine, but we're pressing almost downwards. So we're pressing the pelvis down. And then you lift the left arm and maybe look over that right shoulder. Again, don't force anything past your own range of motion. And slowly bring yourself center. Drop down to that low lunge. So come onto the tips of the toes. Press back. Nice long spine. And then choose your option here. Either knee down or knee off. And hands come into prayer. Twist the belly, twist the torso to that right thigh. Draw those palms in towards the chest to get the chest open. Maybe looking along towards that right elbow. Good. Press through the back heel. And gently bring yourself center. And then plant that back foot a little bit closer, ready for your forward-facing pyramid. Again, nice long spine. Check your spinal stability and the pelvic stability here. Inhale to lengthen and exhale, fold. Relax the head, the neck. So preparing to come into revolved triangle. Either that block goes on the inside or the outside. Left hand comes down. Block can be on any of the levels. Hand comes up to sacrum. Top shoulder opens. Chest starts to turn to the side. And then arm may release. Think wrist to wrist alignment. Ground through that back heel. Relax the front toes. Legs are strong. Spine, torso is strong. Oh, you're right. Slowly release the hand and release the blocks.
Hands come down, step it back, downward facing dog, pedal out. Find some stillness here. And come to child's pose if you wish, or you can always stay in down dog. We have one more section of standing balances to work on, and they were the ones that we did when we were reclined. So you can always use a strap, you can use the wall to balance, walking the feet towards the hands in the center of your mat this time. Exhale, full fold. Uttanasana, head reaches down, and then start to bring yourself up to standing. So hand to big toe is your, I'm going to hold on to the wall for a moment just as I'm talking and explaining. We're just going to do it straight. So 3 breaths with the leg out in front, 3 breaths with the leg out to the side, and then it comes back into center. You change the grip, and this is our final pose, hand to big toe 3. So if you are using a wall at this point, this back hand is going to be your stabilizer, and you're going to turn towards the hand on the wall, and you can again use the strap if you like. Okay, so let's lift up. Right leg, stabilize through left. You either hold onto the big toe with the 2 peace fingers, or you can hold the outer edge of the foot. The leg does not have to be straight, it can always be bent. 3 breaths. Long spine, tailbone reaching down. Shoulders are relaxed, smile on the face. Take it out to the side, hand to big toe. Make sure those hips are nice and flat to the side. Lovely. Long sides of the body on either side. Remember what we were like when we were lying down. Relax shoulders, reach hands away, bring back into center, good work. Change the grip or change the strap, so the opposite hand takes the foot, and this is where you really start to twist the torso, and you don't have to have that leg out in front of you, it can always be bent, and you can hold the knee. It's more about the chest opening and the pelvic stability here. Beautiful. Lovely. Hold for another couple of breaths here. This is our final pose. Before we do the other side, of course, but we're going to end on this one. And gently release the leg down. Take a moment with both feet down onto the mat. Take a moment to breathe. Thing about when we start to do standing balances with twists is that we really need that focus. To challenge yourself even further in this posture is to change the gaze towards your back hand. So if you're looking forward at the foot, that's going to be quite nice and stable for you. But if you are extending the foot out to the front, you can change the gaze to the side. But if you change the gaze to the back hand, woo! It's going to be a little bit more challenging. Let's try the other side. So stabilize through the right. Really draw up through the thighs here. Relax the toes, but spread the toes out. These are your roots of like your tree of that right leg. So holding on to either the toe, a strap, 3 breaths. Lift up through the spine, relax the shoulders, smile in the face. You're doing great. Slowly open with control. The leg goes out to the side, opposite arm. Feel expansiveness here. You know, when we were starting our practice with that Surya Mudra and the fingertips were reaching away, you want this. Take as much space as you have. Beautiful, really lovely. Long standing leg, long spine. Gradually bring it back into the center. To change the pose, you might bend the knee to grab the hand and then extend it out again. Nice. Turn the chest towards the thigh. You're in that revolved hand to big toe. So right hand takes left foot. Feel the spine lengthening even more. Lovely. Last breath, and gently relax. Bring the feet down. Take a moment to Tadasana. Well done. Amazing. Woo. And inhale. Arms raised. Let's melt it down. Exhale. Inhale. Half lift. Exhale. Bend, step back, tabletop. Cat and cows, sway the hips, whatever feels good. Just take note of you, spine, legs. There's a lot of inner groin and outer hip work in these twists. And then child's pose. Hands might come back behind you or underneath the forehead. A few breaths to just settle yourself. And returning to that intention for a moment for the practice. We're engaging our solar plexus chakra, our manipura, our Hatha sequence, stoking our inner fire, finding inner strength and courage. And start to roll up through the spine. Swing the legs around in front of us and just take that teepee twist without a block this time. So this is the challenge. Imagine that the block is there. Hand comes back behind you. That arm is not pressing the knees together. Knees are nice and strong. You are here. So the knee is pressing against the arm. Imagine that block is still there. Bring center, take it to the opposite side. Again, keep the knees nice and wide. Press the knee against the arm rather than the arm against the knee. Know that you have done your best work so far to start your weekend. And bring yourself back into center. Give yourself a big hug. Relax through the spine. Relax the head. And from here, if you need to, make yourself warm before you come down onto your backs. Take a drink if you need. And we're going to come down onto our backs, drawing the knees in towards the chest as you just roll out. And if you feel that there's something that you need right now, go ahead, do that. You know your body best. Lying back and just taking note of how you feel after practice, after a number of twists. And twists are one of those things in Hatha Yoga, but also in flow. When you're going through flow movements in vinyasa, vinyasa krama, where a posture is linked to a posture and you're
there for almost just a breath. And then we're asked to hold these postures for 3 to 5 breaths. Brings a different focus, different strength is required, the inner strength. Twists are wonderful for the spine, but they can also damage. So again, it's always down to your alignment, your level, your range of motion through the spine. Twists improve mobility in the spine and also improve digestive organs. They send blood, nourishment to all of those organs. You'll probably feel a little bit more hungry after lots of twists. And certainly when you are twisting in standing balances, they require a steadiness of focus and a steadiness of breath, just as we do in daily life, where those twists and turns may come in. And it's having that steadiness of focus rather than a distractive view to hold steadfastness. I'll leave you for a couple of moments in peace whilst you enjoy your rest. And beginning to take a deeper inhale and a deeper exhale.
Bring your awareness back to your surroundings once more. How much space have you taken up in those surroundings today? Bring movement, hands, feet, head, stretching, drawing knees in, rolling, gentle twisting. Let's return to seated. When you are ready, bringing the hands into the heart center here. Sitting nice and tall. Relax the shoulders. Feel that length away from the ears to shoulders. Notice the spine, the sides of your body. Also the torso and the front of the body. And recall your own intention or statement of affirmation, the I am. How can you take that into your weekend, to your week ahead, whatever things are going on for you, whether it's you need that strength, that courage, and that fire for anything that's coming up for you. And facing those twists and turns that we all have come at us when we least expect it. Give yourselves a big thank you, body, breath, and I thank you all this morning. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.